people have started asking me, as they always do this time of year, about what they could do over the Christmas holidays instead of being present with their family or having a break or relaxing or things like that. So, there's always the chance just to take a load off and just breathe. But we're entrepreneurs, we're not going to do that. So here's some ideas of things to do to distract yourself from your existence that could actually be helpful for your life. First would be the least effort, which is a self-guided journal. My number one tip on this is 5 by Dan Zadra. It's not the best, it's the shortest. So if you just want to have a play, 5 by Dan Zadra is a really great visual, creative, quick pass of your personal painted picture, I guess. My second choice here would be Credo by Jerome Micheal McLaughlin. It's spelt McLaughlin. I'll put all the info down the bottom so you can read the names and stuff. It's essentially a guided exploration of your personal why, and it's quite succinct. And finally, my third option would be Alexandra Eidens' Big Life Journal, which is sort of a more generous look at what is and what could be, and it's a really sort of great resource to have and refer back to. If you don't like the righty-righty, you prefer to listen to something, there'd be 3 things to either listen to, or if you like to read a book by the pool or something like that. Number one choice here would be Essentialism by McKeown. I think it's pronounced McKeown, I don't know, but it's spelt McKeown, so I'm trying to pronounce it in the way that it's spelt. Essentially, this is about seeing past the detail and getting to the heart of life. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius is a monthly go-to for me. It's essentially personal notes to himself on wiser leadership. Marcus Aurelius's masterwork. And the other option I'd like to hit you with, if you want to get into something that's a more indirect approach for people that don't like being told what to do by other people, there's a book called The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus, but I would say Albert Camus, because that's how it's spelt in Australian, but he's from France, I think. There's also some apps that can take you a bit deeper, and they're more convenient than going to events, which I'm going to come to later for those people that want to go hardcore over the holidays. But there's 3 apps that I'd love to recommend. The first is Waking Up. This is an app that's been released by a contrarian philosopher that I've loved for years, called Sam Harris. It's an opportunity to explore what is alongside a contrarian philosopher who sort of tests stuff for himself. There's also an app called Othership, which is a chance to explore a whole bunch of different internal exploration methods all in one place. And also, if that's all a bit too woo-woo for you, I'd thoroughly recommend a proper English folk app where English people will guide you sensibly into your brain, called Headspace, which is actually quite brilliant. Now, if you want to go hardcore and get into this and really distract yourself from yourself in a way that could actually transform yourself and your life in a way that helps you get back to there when you're ready, my number one recommendation would be either the Mankind Project or the Woman Within, their brother and sister initiation experiences that can be super supportive. Then there's either a spiritual medicine journey or a shamanic journey to give you some support with rebuilding those internal relationships. And there's the Landmark Forum, which is sort of American rah-rah that will either piss you off wildly or transform your life depending on where your head's at on the weekend. These are all things that I have engaged with personally. These are my personal recommendations of things that have transformed my life. But there's nothing that substitutes for just getting really quiet and being present with the people that you love.